5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Hello, welcome to Troy. Trojan Vision's The Week That Was, covering the news and events for the week ending Friday, January 17th, 2020. I'm your host, Brady Talbert, filling in for Aaron Taylor. Students have made their way back to campus following the long holiday break and are changing gears for the home stretch of spring. Kendra's White hit the campus to get student expectations for the semester.
Students have many aspirations and goals for this upcoming semester, and 2020 looks to be a big year for many students.
I feel excited. I'm ready for the new semester to start and get this 4.0 GPA.
I feel pretty good because last semester I did really well, and my classes seem a little bit easier this semester, so I think it's going to go well.
I'm excited for it. I'm excited for the classes that I'm taking this year and making progress toward eventually graduating.
I feel great about this upcoming semester. I feel like positive energy is everything. And if you take your time and have patience and be innovative, I feel like you can achieve anything.
Excited to try out the new student center that we just got because I know it looks amazing, so I know it'll be fun. Yeah.
I was also able to catch up with former basketball star Brandon Miller to see how he feels about this upcoming school year.
Graduating semester, so everything is looking to be great. I finished my intern with the basketball team, and I'm looking forward to a good semester with my frat brothers.
With hopes being very high for many of the Trojan students, spring semester 2020 looks to be one for the books. This is Kendra's White, Troy, Trojan Vision News.
The opening of Troy University's new fitness center happened on the first day of classes. The long-awaited project has already proven popular with students as an all-in-one stop for student fitness needs. Sam Granville gives us a look at what all the facility has to offer.
Walked in and my breath just left my body. I mean, breathtaking for sure.
New decade, new semester, new campus gym. The spring semester is kicked off and the much anticipated Trojan Fitness Center has officially opened to all students. The state-of-the-art facilities are unlike anything the campus has seen before and will revolutionize the way Troy students can stay fit.
We're going to be able to offer programs from total body fitness to cycling classes to aerobic classes to Pilates and all of the different types of recreational type classes here that we couldn't offer before because we didn't have the space.
In addition to the weight room, spin rooms, and athletic courts below is an indoor track that circulates the entire facility, allowing for views of the interior gym and surrounding campus.
When I see other students walk in there, they're looking around, it's like they're lost because they've gone into this new world of just state-of-the-art equipment, brand new. If there's one negative to it, is like it's like too new. Like I don't want to work out in it because I don't want to mess anything up.
Another change that has come with the new fitness center is a key fob entrance system that allows students to simply scan to enter without having to check in or wait in line. This system has brought about some lines in the first couple of days for receiving your own fob, but plans on saving time in the long run.
The process involved is all you have to do is bring your student ID to the rec center and we'll create a fob for you, or if you already have a fob, we'll activate that fob to the rec center. We're going to start, today, yesterday, this weekend, trying to do as many fobs as we can. And then by Monday, hopefully the number's down, but still come on by and we'll get you a fob.
The long-awaited Trojan Fitness Center is finally here and open to all Troy students living on campus or off. Sam Granville, Troy, Trojan Vision News.
While the new fitness center has been getting students moving and shaking to start the new semester, there has been something else that has gotten students moving and shaking as well. The roads on campus. Drivers return to Troy with a few new bumps in the roads that, as Stuart Bradley shows us, should be gone in the coming weeks.
Troy students might have noticed that their ride to campus is a little bumpier than usual. That's because Troy University is getting newly paved roads.
Well, we're redoing the roads simply because the roads were getting worn, a lot of potholes, a lot of surfaces underneath the asphalt were failing, that need to be patched.
The project is being overseen by the Troy University physical plant. Milling of the old asphalt began over Christmas break, where they ran into several delays due to rain and cold weather. With the milling now complete, the new asphalt is set to begin being laid down starting Friday, January 17th.
They've milled up University, International, and Veterans Memorial. They're going to start putting asphalt back down a week from today. And simply the reason of a week from today, because based on the forecast, is it's going to be raining until midweek of next week. And so right now their schedules come in on Thursday and Friday, Saturday of next week, and start working on University and International Boulevard.
With the current road stripped until they are repaved, students express their opinions about their current commute to campus.
It's a lot more bumpy and there's a lot more dirt, I feel like, but other than that, it hasn't really affected my route that I take.
I actually biked today to campus because I didn't want to deal with it, just because it makes a deafening grooved noise whenever I'm driving my car, so I just try and avoid it, and I don't want to bust a tire.
It kind of sucks driving on them, but I'm excited that they're going to be really nice.
There are also plans on redoing some of the older parking lots, including Wallace Hall and the bus stop. Reeves says students should expect weekly updates in their Troy emails and that they hope for the process to be done by late spring. Stuart Bradley, Troy, TrojanVision News.
We will take a short break, but when we return, we will see how Troy University students can learn about some ways to get involved outside of the classroom. Stay tuned. We'll be right back.
Mom, can we get some ice cream? Please, Mom, please.
No, we're having dinner soon.
Please.
You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. There are thousands of children in foster care who will take you just as you are.
A new semester means a new start for many organizations on campus, and that includes the Student Government Association. The SGA Senate spent their first meeting laying the groundwork for the spring semester. Austin Miner has that story.
Tuesday evening, the Troy University Student Government Association had their first meeting of the spring semester. They talked about updating their code of laws, new election rules, and campaigning and polling times for the upcoming elections in a few months.
So we're actually pushing a lot of legislation through to kind of update our code of laws to our Constitution and vice versa. We're working on a Senate reapportionment. We have had a hard time keeping a full Senate just with some of the seats that are required to be here. So we want to be able to reapportion the Senate so that our student body is better reflected.
SGA is making sure there are plenty of events going on around campus to keep students engaged with the university.
We have 5 committees, each dealing with a different part of student life, and they're all doing at least 2 events this semester. So Campus Life is going to be doing some stuff that's going to help with Miss Outstanding Woman, things like that. So we've got a lot of events that are going to be fun. We've got swag tents that are going to be coming out so that you can have some cool Troy gear and different things like that.
The SGA will look to fill some empty seats in the Senate in an election held next Wednesday. Austin Miner, Troy, TrojanVision News.
While being in college is about making the grades to graduate, the Student Involvement Office is reminding students of the importance of also getting plugged in with campus organizations. Troy University will host a club browse fair next week.
Studies show that students who are involved with something outside of just their academics are more likely to have a successful college career.
And a successful college experience is exactly why the Student Involvement Office says it will be hosting a student organization browse fair next week. As of right now, around 40 clubs are signed up to participate in an effort to encourage students to get plugged in at Troy.
We wanted to provide an opportunity for our other students, possibly transfer students or freshman students who are afraid to get involved with the organization on their first semester, a chance to come out and see what we have available on campus.
Sophomore Justin Thomas could be seen at similar browse fairs this summer as the freshman forum director, one of 5 organizations he takes part in. And he also recommends joining a club on campus.
Really the best thing about Troy for me is being involved on campus and just getting to meet so many different great people. And you really get to see the impact that you're having on campus and in other students' lives.
The Student Involvement Office also says that clubs like these help prepare students for the workforce.
It's great for resumes. There's leadership opportunities within these organizations, so we're always trying to encourage students to find something that they're interested in and get involved.
The Browse Fair will be held January 22nd from 10 in the morning until 2 o'clock in the Trojan Center ballrooms. Now we're going to take another quick break, but when we come back, students got to see a new way to look at New Year's resolutions this week. We'll give you a look at that coming up.
At Troy University, we offer military students more than just flexibility and convenience. We offer top-ranked programs that are an investment in your future. And like the military, you'll be part of something. A powerful network of more than 158,000 alumni worldwide. And we will be with you all the way. Proudly serving our military since 1950, Trojan Warriors, one and all.
It's a beautiful day out here. Sunny today with light breezes, giving way to clouds in the afternoon. We could see some light precipitation to moderate precipitation later on, followed by powerful storm-like conditions. 90 miles per hour winds are expected. Authorities are asking everyone, stay indoors. Come on, that's it. Let's go.
Some Troy University students got an inspirational start to their semester as Troy's Student Support Services brought a speaker to campus on Tuesday night. Sam Granville has that story.
Stop worrying about what others may think of me or their image of me and just focus on my image of myself and push forward.
Wednesday evening, Trio held its first event of the semester in the Trojan Center ballrooms, bringing in motivational speaker and author Richard Taylor. Taylor's story of overcoming depression, obesity, suicide, failing in college, and domestic abuse has opened eyes to the hope that he spreads across the country.
He does great work. I listen to his podcast. I also listen. He's also on Instagram, and I listen to some of the inspirational words he has because we deal with so much people, so many students with depression, suicidal thoughts, and things of that nature. So we really wanted him to be here tonight.
Richard Taylor's YouTube series, podcasts, and 5 best-selling books have poised him to become one of the quickest growing speakers in America.
Bringing Richard Taylor here was a blessing because I have actually been trying to get him since 2014.
While Taylor is the author of 5 best-selling books, the title of his 3rd book, Love Between My Scars, has even more of a special meaning to him.
And that book was where I really started taking the shift into greater conversations around mental health. So the Love Between My Scars was originally a play on words because I have the word love tattooed in between the scars of my last suicide attempt that actually Monday will make 12 years since that.
As a traveling speaker, Taylor's art is in the way he makes himself vulnerable. He doesn't hold back with his message, and he is very clear on what is most important in his life, and that's the people.
I know it can be real easy for us to think that, oh, it doesn't affect me, I'm not seeing it, but at the end of the day, we all have a mental health, and it's just so important for us to take care of it, and so that is a big part of my goal. I'm a lover of people, though, too. I'm an encourager, so I just want to see people do well, and so that's a big part of my work as well, is letting people know, even with the mistakes that we've made with these mundane spaces we might be existing in right now, this isn't the end of our life, and there's so much more for us.
The next Trio event will be held in April when they bring in a speaker to talk about debt. Sam Granville, Troy, TrojanVision News.
As we enter a new semester and a new year, people are beginning to take on resolutions and ways to improve themselves. And Wednesday, students got to see a new way to look at New Year's resolutions. Aaron Dixon has more.
A time for students to focus on what makes them special, rather than the outside qualities that make students question who they are. And on Wednesday, Trojan Outreach had the opportunity to showcase this through the I Weigh campaign.
So we're doing the I Weigh campaign. It's a campaign started by Jamil. We're just trying to take the focus off the outer things. People need to focus on inner beauty. And January, we're covering body image, so we wanted to do this event. It's a social media event. We're just trying to spread awareness of body positivity.
Trojan Outreach is starting the I Weigh campaign. With this whole new year, new you, we're looking at the inward features rather than the outside. So maybe I'm independent, all by myself, or maybe I'm a student, or maybe I'm a dancer. Just basic things like that are stuff. Everybody has different. Everybody has these unique qualities.
I just hope that students would take this campaign into their own lives, because it is a new year and a lot of people are going to the gym and maybe are worrying about their weight. But it reminds students that it is important to focus on your characteristics and feeling good about yourself.
But we're trying to inform students that looks aren't the only thing. A lot of people really focus on their looks. We live in a generation where social media and looks are really important to everyone. And we're trying to show that looks aren't the only thing. Inner beauty, feeling good about yourself is very important.
The month of January is Body Image Awareness Month, and Trojan Outreach will be hosting events the rest of the month to show people that inner beauty outweighs outer beauty.
A lot of people kind of get kind of obsessive and really start to worry about their weight this time of year, because it's a new year, you're wanting to reach those goals, but it is important for some of your goals to be to better yourself on the inside.
For more information on any of these events, you can find Trojan Outreach at Trojan_Outreach on Instagram, or you follow their Facebook page at Troy University Trojan Outreach. Aaron Dixon, Troy, Trojan Vision News.
We are going to take another quick break, but when we come back, painting, rock and roll, and dance combined for an energetic show on the Troy campus. We'll give you a look at that coming up.
You might start on a Troy campus or at your kitchen table. Wherever you start, you'll be more than a student. You'll be part of the Troy family, armed with the education, values, and skills you need to succeed. Ready to lead today's global workforce. No challenge will feel impossible. No dream will be out of reach, because we will be with you all the way. Trojan Warriors, one and all.
It is still the beginning of 2020, and students are starting to adjust back to their same old routines. But for some, one thing is completely different. Over the break, the Trump administration gave the thumbs up to alter the age one must be to purchase tobacco products. And as expected, some Troy students were affected by the change. Before you put that cash on the counter, you may be limited on what you can purchase if you're not 21. And I'm not just talking about alcohol. Whether you smoke cigarettes or even vape, a new federal law changes the age to purchase tobacco products from 19 to 21, meaning that some Alabamians who went into shops, such as this Murphy USA gas station, could buy one day, but not the next.
It's infuriating.
Before the start of the new year, the Trump administration raised the age requirement as the government continues cracking down on young adults using nicotine. The Centers for Disease Control and Prevention reports that 5.6 million Americans currently below the age of 18 will die early from the substance at this rate.
Hey, how you?
Tiffany Johnson works at the Troy, Alabama Murphy USA and says those below 21 are shocked every day.
I usually get like a few just about every day that I work. I know I just had one customer probably like 30 minutes ago. He was like, well, I can fight for my country and stuff, but I can't, smoke a cigarette.
The government's decision left some people confused. Those who feel like they are responsible enough to have nicotine. They say it's like cutting cold turkey.
Why would they let people my age get addicted to something and then make it illegal for us to get it?
I don't normally watch the news and stuff like that, so whenever I went into the gas station and tried to buy nicotine, it was more of a shock because I had been buying it for so long.
When a painter paints a picture, there isn't usually an audience involved, and it's even more rare for there to be rock music and dancers. Well, painting, rock music, and dance, and a host of other talents shared the stage in Troy's Claudia Crosby Theater this past weekend. Noah Pevey gives us a look at the colorful sights of Art Rageous.
Last Friday, the Troy Arts Council hosted the first event they have planned for the year. The event combined dance, music, and art with a performance by the group Artrageous. Bill Hopper, president of the Troy Arts Council, was excited for the experience of combining the different styles of performances the group brings.
The Troy Arts Council was founded to bring a variety of art events to the university, to the community, and to the surrounding communities. And that's what we're doing today, is bringing it. And Artrageous is one of those performances that brings not only dance and music, but it also brings painting, and it brings a lot of excitement.
The performances started off with a painting and a song, but soon saw the stage filled with the troupe as they displayed a painting of the Mona Lisa. A tribute to Freddie Mercury followed this up. The singers continued to play tribute to the legends of the music industry by singing a rendition of Imagine and painting a portrait of John Lennon while the song played. The group continued to display the wide varieties of talents available to them as the show continued, even getting the crowd involved throughout.
So why don't you just get on up with us and dance? I mean, that's what we're paying to see.
As this is only the first event planned for the Troy Arts Council year-long season, they have more events planned for the season already.
Of course, one that a lot of people will really be interested in is Sail On, which is a Beach Boys tribute. Recently we had The Return, which was a tribute to the Beatles. We have Cats coming later on.
Yet the council does not expect the calendar to stay the way that it is.
We're going to be looking at plugging in some other events as we go along, but we try to partner with the university and other organizations, and so we'll have some other things that we bring that may not be on the schedule right now.
The next event will be held on March 29th and will feature the group Chanticleer. Noah Pevey, Troy, TrojanVision News.
Checking out a movie with friends is a typical way to pass the time for college students. However, twice a month, Troy students get the chance to catch a flick at a discounted price. Brianna Shackelford gives us a look at the first $2 movie night of the semester.
The Continental Cinema is known for being the only movie theater in Troy, and on Wednesday, students flocked to the theater for the first $2 movie night of the new semester. Troy students come to the cinema to enjoy movies, company, and tasty snacks. Even though the popcorn is fresh and the candy is sweet, the endless new movies that come out on the big screen is what really brings people to the cinemas.
Over 100, maybe like 150 different students come out. It's a lot. It's a lot of students that come out.
The new movies may bring people out to the theater, but what makes seeing them even sweeter is the fact that each ticket costs only $2.
It's cheap. I don't like coming to the movies when it's $9 a ticket, so $2 fits me.
We host $2 movie night because it's always been very popular in the past. So we decided to just keep it in our lineup for each year because it always gets people going, and it's a great way to just, come out, because some people don't like to pay like $10, even $15 to see a movie. So we decided to do this event to make it affordable for college students.
It's $2. I'm from Huntsville, so everything is expensive up in Huntsville. So whereas you come down here and it's $2, and I'm like, okay, let's do it.
Thanks to the University Activities Council, students can now enjoy a wide variety of movies for less than half the cost of a regular ticket. The next chance for students to partake in $2 movie night will be January 29th. Brianna Shackelford, Troy, TrojanVision News.
Troy University will hold its annual leadership conference celebrating African American history later this month. Aaron Taylor learns more about the event in today's edition of Trojan Talk.
Hello and welcome to Trojan Talk. I'm your host, Aaron Taylor, with today is Sadaris Williams, here to talk about a leadership conference coming to Troy University. Thanks for joining me here today.
Thank you for having me today here, Aaron.
And the Leadership Conference, an annual event that takes place here, honoring and recognizing African American history here at Troy. So it kicks off African American History Month, but an opportunity for folks to learn a little bit about leadership and hear from some speakers. But for those of you who don't know out there, give us kind of an overview of what this conference is all about.
Well, this is our 16th year of the conference. It was started by Trustee Lamar Higgins and a group of individuals on our campus. It encompasses the Pike County, the City of Troy, and also Troy University. So we typically bring in a speaker on Friday night and then also have a luncheon speaker on Saturday. followed by 3 plenary session speakers. So we have an adult breakout session and also have a student breakout session. This year, our opening speaker is Dr. Mary Frances Berry. She is a historian, a civil rights activist. She's also an educator. She has served under 4 different presidents, serving as the civil rights, serving on the Civil Rights Council. She's also is the very first woman to be the chancellor of a research-based university.
Okay.
And she was the chancellor of the University of Colorado.
Yep. And that's one of the speakers, that's the keynote speakers, the initial speaker for Friday night. So
Correct.
an opportunity to hear that. And then the other speaker is one that has historical ties to this area and one that has a unique perspective to share with the folks that are participating in the conference.
Yes, sir. And our second speaker for our luncheon on Saturday, which begins around about 11:45 to 12, is Miss Peggy Wallace Kennedy. As you know, hear her middle name, Wallace, it is the daughter of George Wallace, and she has a very, very unique perspective on life as she comes and talks about the wrongdoings of her family, of her father, and what she experienced growing up in that household, and also as being a person in a family who spreaded hate all over the entire nation. As you know, that Mr. Wallace, former Governor Wallace, ran for the not only was he the governor of Alabama, but he also ran for the president of the United States too as well.
And a lot of history and baggage there to unpack is relating to the civil rights movement. So one of those things is to hear from someone who had that inside perspective and also maybe a message of reconciliation and ways that we can learn from the past and work towards the future, right?
Correct. I mean, that's really what she speaks about. Is reconciliation and the ways we can learn from the past. I think she said that once her father was shot in Maryland, that she started really doing a lot of thinking about what her family legacy was and what her legacy was and how to change her legacy. She's won numerous awards throughout the country, and she also goes and speaks in a lot of places of the country. And her husband is also a Supreme Court justice in Alabama as well.
Yeah, and in addition to those speakers, though, the conference is an all-day event, an opportunity for people to come and learn. And obviously, this is a popular leadership conference for folks who work in businesses because folks come from all over the state to take part in this. And so talk a little bit about that aspect of it. In addition to the speakers, there's opportunities for both community members and students to learn some lessons in leadership.
Correct, yeah. So the great thing about the leadership conference, we always have an annual theme. And then off the theme, we usually base different information that we try to hit home with the public. So we try to bring in speakers from across the Southeast, and sometimes to be our plenary speakers, which are our small breakout speakers on Saturday morning. So the way the conference flows is on Friday. We begin at 6 o'clock on Friday with our opening speaker, who is Dr. Frances Mary Berry, and then we convene. After that, we convene back on Saturday morning about 8:30. We have 2 different sessions. We have an adult session, which we have 3 plenary speakers for the adult session, and we also have a student session, which have 3 plenary speakers. And usually the speakers from the adult into the students is 3 different speakers, and they hit home on different subjects and topics. So this year the conference is January 31st and February 1st. So if you're ever looking to try to find out how to come and attend the conference, just know it's always the first weekend in February.
All right. And then if anyone wants to take part in this, registration is open now. How can they register to take part in this?
Registration is open now. The cost of the conference is $30 for adults and $15 for students. You always get a great gift that we give out every year. You get a lunch, and we have some snacks and beverages throughout the conference as well. You can register at the conference at troy.edu/leadership conference. That was troy.edu/leadership /leadership conference.
All right, registration, any other information is on there as well. So if they have any questions, they can find out information on there. Registration, as we saw on the screen there, that they can hit that button, get registered for it, both for the adult sessions and the student sessions there. An opportunity to take part in this year's leadership conference, here from a pair of speakers here to talk about some topics on leadership, and just an all-day event trying to learn lessons. Sodaris, I want to thank you for joining us here today, letting us know about the leadership conference, and good luck in putting it all together this year.
All right, thank you, Aaron.
Thank you. And thank you for joining us on today's edition of Trojan Talk.
And that's all for the week that was. Thank you for joining us.